ठीक है, तो हाँ फिर कल ही करते हैं ये चर्चा। पर तब भी हम थोड़ा सा टाइम से ज़्यादा बढ़ गए और हमारा जो लास्ट सेशन था हमने 25 मिनट्स तक के लिए रखा था। तो भी आप लोगों से प्लीज़ रिक्वेस्ट है कि 10 मिनट और रह लें। 10 पे प्लीज़ लॉग आउट करिएगा। और हम जल्दी कोशिश करेंगे कि हम इस डिस्कशन को जल्दी कर सकें। इट्स बेसिकली अराउंड जो अभी तक एक्टिविटीज हो रही हैं बीएस के अंतर्गत, और जो लास्ट कोर ग्रुप के बाद कुछ कुछ एक्टिविटीज हुई हैं उनके ऊपर अपडेट करना था सबको। So I will start inviting people who can talk about some of these activities that have happened post our Vikalp Sangam core group meeting. So can I ask probably guys or Pragna to just give a very short gist of the alternative economies Sangam that happened in January?
Yeah, we also shared full-fledged report, so everybody should have that in their inboxes. It was a 4-day meeting, and we had about 80 participants, and we looked into themes like wealth, different types of wealth, relationships, worldview, and something that I forgot. It's been a while. And like Ashish mentioned, the outcome of it were some collaborations, for example, the Just Change one with Divish and his Leap Lab app came out. We have another working group that is working on banks. So if people don't want to put their money into banks that are doing harm, then where else can they put it? We have an email list on that. What else? Yeah, well, I guess most of the follow-up got kind of swamped by COVID. Yeah, I think that's it.
There was also nice to be that online portal on sharing volunteers and internships and all that. Do you know if that's gone ahead?
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I didn't relate it to the economy thing because I think it came up in the Rajasthan core group meeting. So we've been building on that, and yeah, I guess it's a bigger topic, maybe more for something like tomorrow. But yeah, definitely more sharing of resources, including human resources between Vikalp Sangam members, is something we'd like to work on.
Okay, thanks guys. And Pragna, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to add in a point about the format that we tried to explore in the Alternative Economy Sangam, of trying to bring in elements of open space. And yeah, just wanted to put it out there how people felt about this and how maybe we can incorporate such ideas in further discussions. That's it.
Okay, I think the report has been shared. So if people want to read more what happened, please, it's shared on the core group list. So please do so. Also, the next one is Youth Vikalp Sangam. So there was a plan to have one in June this year. And I would like to invite Sujata or Kejal to update on that.
Sujata, do you want to share? Okay, maybe I can just share. So basically, because of the current situation, we will not be able to obviously do it right now in person. But what we've been thinking is, since we're seeing livelihoods as being like a constant conversation, and we were going to look at youth and ecology together, it might make sense to kind of repurpose the uh, agenda to kind of look at what are the options and ways to engage in sustainable livelihoods for young people going through what's going on. So that's what we've been thinking. We've not really started any sort of concrete action on it yet, but that's the intent going forward in next some months to focus on.
Ashraf, would you like to talk about Varta Leap and update us on that?
Okay. Yeah, last May we had started the process called Varta Leap. Actually, members of Commutiny and some Ashoka Fellows, and just happy to say here, Anshu and Meenakshi are also part of that, and Blue Ribbon, Kajal and all, and Ashish as well. But in May we started essentially to talk about how are we going to work, what is needed in the area of youth work, and the work we are doing, how to go beyond our, because a lot of us having a lot of young sort of remained in that space, and the whole idea, how do you build a mainstream narrative. The mission in November with Vikalp Sangam, Youth Vikalp Sangam core group actually. We haven't opened it out. We had a discussion in the Sangam, Youth Vikalp Sangam core group, and also Ashish, and we then had a convergence in November, which was like a youth work Vikalp Sangam, youth workers, small group. And the idea was, an idea is also to bring, like I said before, alternatives to the youth work field, and youth work field to embed itself into alternatives. The mission of this this process is every youth a Jagrik and every space nurturing Jagriks. And if we all understand what Jagrik would mean, it's an active self awakened. The whole idea of being the change and being a change maker yourself. We've been talking about youth in action a lot, but what is the action we are doing for young people in all the spaces is not very, very, very loud. So this coalition that we are in the process of building, I just want to is not just youth work organizations or like that, but the idea is to invite people across all sectors, which will mean corporates and media organizations, and the whole, that's why it's called Varta Leap. We are trying, so that's why it's a little away from our work, but it's also to how are we going to converse, engage these groups. We haven't got as far as what Vijay Bhai is saying, but one of the agendas of that is also because this is also at the time when NRC and CA was happening. So one of the agendas is really, and one outcome of this is one journey called the Samjhoto Samvidhan Dialogues, which is, we are encouraging young people to do this with young people everywhere. And this is the whole idea, is to break the polarization. One is we address the polarization through our political and social action, but also that there is a need right now to do that dialogue. So there are many initiatives and innovations that this group has incubated in something called the Varta Lab. And I'll share with you more, but it's primarily to ensure that the ideas of justice, inequality, and conversations of this get embedded in all sectors in engagement with young people. So I'll give a little bit more detail later, but this is broadly what it is. So the idea is to just build a large coalition across sectors to get this, every space nurturing Jagriks. Everybody has to invest in young people to nurture Jagriks, otherwise we are not getting there. So yeah, thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Ashraf. Nachiket, would you like to talk about the proposed privacy and data Sangam?
Yeah, this is more on information and data, and privacy is one aspect. Basically, the idea was that there are sort of three strands or three perspectives on information and data of late. One is the perspective of the RTI movement, where all public data should be public and accessible to people. Then of late, there has been a strong privacy movement also in India, and the government is considering data protection legislation, and there are issues like Arogya Setu and all, which others have also raised. So that is a second strand that has come, and there's an interesting tension between these two, because one wants information to be public, the other doesn't want it to be shared, and there are overlaps, so there's tension. Of course, there are also lots of areas of agreement. I shouldn't exaggerate the tension. And there is also a third strand now, where uh, there is talk of something called community data, and there's all this big data analytics, what Ola, Uber, or Swiggy, Big Basket, Amazon, etc. are doing with people's data, and monetizing it, and then there is a certain section of civil society which is advocating for the economic right to that data to go to the people who are generating the data. But again, this involves some some things that the privacy campaign is not comfortable with. So basically there's a tension between these three perspectives on information and data within civil society. So the proposal was to sort of have a sangam of and bring all these three campaigns to one place and see if I don't think it would be too ambitious to expect that everyone will agree on everything at the end of it. But at least if there can be a better understanding of each other's perspectives and more empathy, if possible. So that was the idea. We were initially planning it end March. Then we thought maybe end April. But as of now, I think it's indefinitely on hold. Because I don't think it's really possible to do such a thing effectively through a virtual medium and through Zoom, etc. So I think for now we just wait and watch, and when it's safe to again travel and physically meet again, then maybe we can get around to organizing this again.
Thanks, Nachiket. So the next one is about Western Himalaya Vikalp Sangam. I will quickly update on that. So Western Himalaya Vikalp Sangam का ये third sort of आइडिया था, क्योंकि पहला 2016 में हुआ था, फिर एक 2018 में हुआ था, और 2020 का जो हम सोच रहे थे उसका फोकस प्राइमरीली ये जो एक्चुअली थॉट इमर्ज हुआ था डेमोक्रेसी संगम से, कि ये जो चेंज ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट है फॉर स्पेशली फॉर लद्दाख एंड कश्मीर, तो इससे गवर्नेंस के एस्पेक्ट में कैसे देखा जा सकता है, और ऑल्सो व्हाट वाज वेरी रेलेवेंट and is very relevant are the issues of livelihoods and agriculture and also climate change. So some of those were or still are the focus areas, but because the plan was to have it in August in Ladakh, but we don't think that it would be possible to have it around that time because of the situation right now. बट हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि अभी तक हमने गिव अप नहीं किया आइडिया, एंड पॉसिबिलिटी है कि शायद एक छोटा ग्रुप some of the issues that have emerged post COVID with a focus on issues of people returning back to villages and issues of livelihoods, then issues of migration and farming and agriculture and the conflicts and various things that are emerging from there, and also in terms of tourism and everything. So to have a very small group probably gather in October or November. We are still seeing कि ये कैसा unfold होता है in coming months and then take a call, but still thinking that there is a possibility of coming together. There's also a thought of probably sharing stories from the collectives who are part of this organizing, of how some of the communities have responded post-COVID in some of these situations because of their processes, and sort of gathering some learnings and ideas from that. But I see also others who have been part of this discussion are also here. So if I've missed anything, please feel free to add, Sanjay, Abaji, or Ashish.
No, I think Shrishti, you sort of covered it. Yeah, I think that we were grappling with trying to get a sense on whether we'd actually be able to have this Sangam at all. And we've decided that we're going to wait and watch. End June में हम reconsider करेंगे कि कर सकते हैं या नहीं. But let's see कैसा होता है. That's it.
आइडिया ये भी था कि अगर बड़ा गैदरिंग नहीं हो सकता है तो do a smaller one, maybe 15-20 people. और अगर लेह में नहीं तो देहरादून या कहीं पे थोड़ा सा लेट इन द ईयर इन विंटर, और उसमें मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा कि वेस्टर्न हिमालय के लिए क्या पीपल्स एक्शन प्लान, क्या विजन हो सकता है. सो इट्स नॉट द नॉर्मल बिग संगम गैदरिंग बट अ मच स्मॉलर वन इफ अ बिगर वन इज नॉट पॉसिबल.
The next one, we will try to go quickly on this because some of these things we will try to sort of get a little deeper tomorrow, which is basically through Vikalp Sangam process, some of the COVID responses that have some activities that have been undertaken. So there's one that that you all must have seen, which is the extraordinary work of ordinary people, the document that has been prepared. Ashish, would you quickly get into about that document and also the statement that was sent out?
Sure, I've just put a link to that document, पर आप सबको वैसे भी मिल ही गया होगा. So this is the first volume of hopefully a series of documents जिसमें हम कोशिश ये कर रहे हैं कि जहाँ पे communities पहले के काम से अपना resilience दिखा रही हैं, and why and how they have organized themselves, whether it's to do with livelihoods or to do with food sovereignty or to do with producer-consumer linkages or community health, security, etc. How have they done that? What have they done? And what are the main lessons that are emerging from these initiatives? And from that, what are the recommendations for civil society, for communities, for government agencies, other institutions, etc.? So पहला document लगभग 12 या 13 stories हैं उसमें, primarily focused on rural areas. The second document, which is currently under preparation and we seek inputs from any of you, is on urban issues, initiatives in cities and towns. And already like Rajendra, Ravi and others have are started to work on stories for that. There is a talk like what was just mentioned, maybe there can be one for the Himalayan region. वहाँ पे किस तरह के initiatives हुए हैं, जैसे आभा जी ने कुछ बताई हैं, लद्दाख में हैं, other areas में भी हैं, या जैसे कि tourism में संजय का बात कर रहा है. So we hope that maybe at least 4 or 5 such documents can be produced covering 50, 60, 70 initiatives from around India. Also that in order for these documents to reach not just NGOs and government agencies, but also in particular ग्राम सभास, पंचायत, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वगैरह, हम लोग अलग अलग भाषाओं में कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो पहला जो डॉक्यूमेंट है वो अभी 5 भाषाओं या 6 भाषाओं में अनुवाद हो रहा है उसका, तमिल, मलयालम, कन्नड़ा, हिंदी, मराठी, गुजराती, अभी तक 6 भाषाओं में है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली ईस्टर्न इंडिया, नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया का हमें कोई मिला नहीं है अभी तक. सो इफ एनी ऑफ यू हैज आइडियाज प्लीज लेट अस नो. So hopefully सभी documents का इस तरह से अनुवाद होगा, और so that we can spread it much more. Also the document is multiple media friendly, खाली email या website पे नहीं, लेकिन phones पे भी share हो सकता है. उसमें multiple linkages हैं, आप एक initiative से दूसरे initiative में जा सकते हैं, या एक issue को लेके कितने initiatives हैं उस पे भी जा सकते हैं. So it's been designed in a way to be also phone friendly. And the other thing we're doing with that document is to get multiple visual versions of it. कि जैसे कि एक दो लोग जो हैं graphic illustrations, cartoons उसके आधार पे बना रहे हैं, ताकि that will reach out even further. And we'll try and link it also to the either the existing films or the new films that are being made. So essentially the idea is कि जितना ज़्यादा हम लोग widespread इसका dissemination कर सकें. The second Srishti, was that the main thing you wanted me to talk about? What was the other one? Oh yeah, the statement. तो जब कोविड की क्राइसिस हुई, कोविड का नहीं लेकिन लॉकडाउन को जो क्राइसिस हुआ, उस समय विकल्प संगम कोर ग्रुप की ओर से एक स्टेटमेंट इश्यू किया था, जिसका कल मैंने सबको भेजा था वो. And basically the statement was to say that even as relief is the most important immediate thing that we all have to be involved with and the government is responsible for, at the same time long-term measures for creating greater resilience, for stopping the destruction of the environment, for creating resilience for the most vulnerable sections of the population, especially with livelihoods, community health, including traditional health systems and modern health systems. ये सब किस तरह के long-term measures हम also demand कर रहे हैं, वो एक statement हमने अप्रैल में आई थिंक इन अप्रैल में इश्यू किया था एडवोकेसी के तरीके से.
Okay, thank you, Ashish. Just quickly, 2 more things. One is this, that we did, there's also a blog post called VS Corona Times, जिसे शायद आप लोगों ने देखा होगा. The idea of that blog post is that we document a lot of initiatives and efforts, COVID relief efforts and other localization initiatives that are coming up. And it's just archiving a lot of material statements that are being produced through during this time. And part of that process is also Vikalp Varta, which is basically dialogue on a lot of community responses to COVID. And some of you from the network have been part of these conversations. And I hope some of you have also seen it, if not been able to join these dialogues. And there has been some very interesting discussions that have emerged through these dialogues and processes. There's also an idea of Vikalpa Sutra, but we don't really have time today to talk about it. So we will talk about it tomorrow in detail, which is what we were planning to do. And again, some of you have been part of those discussions and processes. There's LAST, which is the more global process of the global tapestry of alternatives, through which some of the things have been happening, and which is mainly talking about alternatives and dialoguing on alternatives, and getting a sense of responses from various spaces through webinars and through dialogues. And also a lot of other sort of engagements in other networks on transformative economies or commons networks. Again, if you want to know more about it, we can share in detail, but I understand also that we have exceeded our time and it's already 1:15.